It's not a matter for debate. There will be abominations among the mages, and we must be prepared.
If we rescind the offer of an alliance, it makes the Inquisition appear incompetent at best, tyrannical at worst.
What were you thinking, turning mages loose with no oversight? The veil is torn open.
We need their cooperation.
Big time.
Or consider this their probation. That might make people happier.
Maybe.
Give them their freedom for now. If they prove later they can't handle it, impose restrictions.
And how many lives will be lost if they fail? With the veil broken, the threat of possession.
Enough arguing. None of us were there. We cannot afford to second-guess our people.
Thank you, Cassandra.
The sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
The voice of pragmatism speaks. And here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
Sooner the better.
The longer the breach is open, the more damage it does. We should head there as soon as possible.
Agreed.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone.
One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room. Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
Oh, thank you.
He seemed very kind.
Yeah, I'll be honored.
Thank you. I'd be honored to help with the plan.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're staying?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
So, for
Guy's
some
hilarious.
reason, his, armpit, flash or whatever, I find that very sexual.
Oh, how it's like that one thing,
Just, showing a bit of the...
little bit of shoulder there, but without being a tank top.
I know, for some reason, I'm like, this is a little slutty. I'm liking it. But it's there's no reason for it to
It's
be.
not like a sexual part of the body. You're just like, yeah, that's nice.
Or maybe a part of me is being awakened. I'm not sure. Let's talk about that later. You want to stay? I don't want to hear.
I'm glad you're staying.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time with, future or present.
Excellent choice. But let's not get stranded again anytime soon, yes?
I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make a willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
All right, cool.
So,
let's talk to everybody.
Still super pissed that Dorian is gay and Cassandra's straight.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin. And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your lyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the
If Fiona and her malcontents are joining us as allies, we need to be prepared. Abominations are inevitable. Cullen doesn't have enough Templars to handle incidents. Some of the rank and file need to be trained.
Good idea. You know what? Clearly everyone thinks that mages are like rabid dogs, so...
Yeah.
The last thing we need are abominations running amok.
It's good to see someone with an understanding of the situation. I'll have a word with Cullen. We are reliant on his people, absolutely. There has never been a greater threat to mages than the breach. Until it is closed, no one is safe.
You have a low opinion of your fellow mages.
It's not so much an opinion as grasping the obvious. Magic is dangerous, just as fire is dangerous. Anyone who forgets this truth gets burned.
So my problem with this is that I understand that mages need to be under maintenance. It's just that they're treated so horribly all the time. And then I'm like, well, let's treat them better. And they're like, what do you want them to do? Just run around with their dicks out? And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying, guys. I agree with you, sure.
Yeah.
You're preaching to the choir, Vivian.
Tell me something.
Uh-oh.
You said once that you wanted to change things. What future would you build for mages?
The circle. She's gonna want to hear about the circle, I think.
The circle has to be restored if we want to keep the peace.
That's comforting to hear, but you'll find opposition to the idea even among friends. It's something to consider, my dear.
Oh, man.
There's just no pleasing anybody.
Yeah.
I will take these injury reports. I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who is she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corbin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
How?
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power, instead of comforting the masses.
Mage circles started falling years ago. The Chantry was troubled even before the Divine's murder.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from its decline. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevarra, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andraste's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
I like how we're sitting right now.
We're power crouching.
Yeah, we're sitting like a boss right now.
I suppose a shared faith can be useful when talking with strangers.
Precisely. And these similar interests are merely where we begin. We must learn to think beyond our own wants to secure peace in Thedas.
Hell yeah.
How did someone so lovely and selfless go into Orlesian politics, Lady Montelier?
Well, that is, really, you give me too much credit. While you're here, I do have a question. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
Listen, I don't know. I was running up this thing. Some spiders were coming. This big old golden lady with perky-ass tits and a big-ass head was like, come on, get over here. So I don't know who the fuck that was. So I don't know.
But I mean, like, do we want... I don't know that we should claim that she chose us or that we're holy. You know what I mean?
I don't...
How...
How will you?
Yeah.
Will my answer change your reply to the Chantry?
If Leliana, Cassandra Cullen, and I could agree on our official stance, I could answer that. We should decide soon. The revered mothers don't seem to know what to make of you.
Let's just say Andraste chose me because we know that. But I don't want to say I'm holy.
No.
I'd tell the Chantry that Andraste herself shielded me from harm.
I'd truly like to hear the debates that would raise in Val Royeaux. Thank you for your thoughts. A good day to you.
I think Solus is over here, right?
Yep, he's gonna have something to say. He's gonna be like, I know everyone else is giving a shit, but I'm on your side, girl.
Exactly.
I'm with it.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel? Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
Do you need some shoes?
They're elves. They don't wear shoes.
Dorian is certain.
Yeah.
Dorian was sure, impossible as it seems.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
Thank you.
I saw you there?
Saw you
No, I
there.
didn't.
What?
Most people have trouble wrapping their heads around the idea.
I'm not most people.
I appreciate you talking with me about it, and not being most people.
If you wish me to speak of Orlesian fashion, I may be at a loss. Magical surprises I can handle. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
I really want to like Solus, but it's like there's no chemistry at all. Just nothing.
I feel like I don't really know anybody well enough, aside from the people that I was initially attracted to, which they're not going to be inclined, so now we have to start looking into other options, and oh, there's Dorian. Hey.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halam-Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
Excuse me?
You disagree?
What the fuck did you just say to me? Excuse me. I can't believe you just said I'm an elf. Thank you. You disagree?
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve. Heartily.
Oh, it's just surprised.
I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
If that means they're anything like you, I approve.
Ha! There aren't many mages back home like me.
I'd believe that.
I never fit in. Bloodstains are so difficult to clean, you see.
So we're doomed to a future of blood magic then?
Not at first. But you'd be a fool not to see where this could lead. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed. By inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't really understand. Is he... If we're flirting... I don't know. Never mind. I don't get... Okay.
Well, I mean, Cassandra approved.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
I think that some people approve of it to, like, a point.
And
You
then
know,
they're just like, all right,
and
calm
then-
down.
Yeah, and then they're like, dude, seriously not interested. Like, they'll be flattered to... Some people, will
In
be
the world.
will be in the world will be
This is
flattered.
not blanket saying, hey, go up to girls and hit on them.
No. Some people will be flattered to a point. Other people will be interested, and some people will just not be interested, like, right off the bat.
I'm well aware of your finer qualities. Believe me.
Of course you are. You're a discerning and intelligent woman, after all.
Oh,
Now,
what was that?
what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
Your family is angry with you? Or careful breeding?
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
That's enough for now.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
You seen Alexis?
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
Yeah, before he got sucked into a crazy cult. With some weirdo god person.
The Chantry isn't supporting us.
I told you that it was complicated.
Without the divine,
You're joined up. Well, that's
Sarah?
mages all over.
She's a feisty
So many
one.
robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains.
I didn't mean anything by it.
Just be the other side
It's
of
good to
Haven.
see us all coming
Just in
together
case.
to serve the Maker.
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. I mean, you know some that are alright. My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
See, like, that all made sense to me. I don't agree with her, but...
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Are you just about pranks and revenge, or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt Sprained. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall, so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
Okay.
So you're also killers.
So, you're vandals, thieves, and murderers.
If the marks are right, Arth, yeah. But maybe pantsing and clearing his vault do the trick. Embarrassed, the same as dead for some of them. Besides, assassin's a bard's job. No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, Red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, yeah? An even spread is all it takes.
Doesn't this mean people think you're guilty of more than you actually do?
Suppose. Does it matter?
Shouldn't it?
Important people kill over imagined insults. I've made more than enough real ones, so no. I don't suppose it does.
Where are the people you promised?
If I knew, there wouldn't be much use. That's sort of the point. Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Cooks, squires, wipers. Yeah, I know, wipers, right? You better believe the one with wipers deserve it, right in the... Well, anyway. The little people will be there when you need them, in a million little ways.
Alright, fine.
Seems like there's no way the people who contribute could even know what they're helping with.
Don't need to. Maybe some ask for a target, a note like. But maybe they plant something just to help mess with things. I did something and something happened. That's a wish for some people. Probably not heralds. Anyway, sometimes I don't even do anything and people think I did, because something happened anyway. That's good too. Free payday. And free blame rag. But whatever.
This seems like the most ineffective group of people I've ever heard of. It's like, I did a thing, and now a thing happened.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, she talks in this, like, really circular way. I'm sure that what she's saying, like, the things she's describing, are actually really normal. And, like, we would understand them perfectly well if she was not explaining them in this, like, weird roundabout way.
I think the whole thing sounds like a scam.
So feel free to complain every time I point you to a hand up, because you'll still take it, right? Right, you will.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
Oh, Maker, you're here. You're the Herald of Andraste. And you were sent to shame us for mistreating the elves. I pay my elves good and proper, you should know. Friend of the Angels.
Oh.
I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, boy.
Okay, I'm actually Dalish. Okay, Maker sent me to hell.
I'm here with the Maker's blessing, and I'll do whatever I can to help.
I knew it. You let me know what you need, and I... But what could you need from me? Oh, I'm rambling. As I said, I'm Blissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
You said Leliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet?
Dumb luck, mainly. I managed an inn back in Denerim. When I heard interesting gossip, I passed word to Leliana. Sometimes it was helpful. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this.
Okay, bye. You're boring.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
I wonder if she's like from the previous tavern in Denerim.
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. I've got to admit that's a twist I didn't see coming. One thing you saw in the future worries me. I mean, it was all bad. But red lyrium and Ferelden, infecting people and growing out of them, that's bad. Finding more of it really punches a hole in my red lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
How long does it take for red lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
Have a party, duh.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We should celebrate. A banquet. Something like a banquet.
Word to Josephine, and I bet she could arrange anything. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it.
That's a good idea.
If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
Good idea, Varric. Appreciate that. Sup?
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
I'll protect you.
Yes.
If you're worried about magic, I can protect you.
My blade pretty much protects me.
Perhaps I can do things your blade can't.
I don't know. It has blood grooves. Well, technically, it's the fuller, but blood grooves sound so much more violent. Anyway, I hope our new friends have what it takes to close the breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it.
I was just about to say, it's not a blood groove. It's a little dent to make it lighter without sacrificing strength. God, you idiot. And then he was like, no, just kidding. It's not. Bye.
Nice work at Redcliffe. I could help the mages learn to work with Inquisition soldiers if you like. Not that the chief has any apostates in the group.
Bye.
We'll talk later.
Hey, Cassandra.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
Hang out.
What you always do. Complain.
Oh!
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it. It never ends, evidently.
Alright, let's just agree.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell me that.
I just don't know who told them I'm the one to yell at.
Is it that bad?
The mages are here as equals. They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
Okay, well, I hope it works out.
Well, I hope it works. What other choice do we have?
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
You're flattering me.
I'm not. This always happens. Nobody ever takes my meaning.
You should see your face.
I'm thinking less flattering things now. Let's hope the breach has your sense of humor.
She's so cute when she gets mad. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm that person, but she's so cute when she gets mad.
No.
The mages are ready to approach the breach. I pray this will be enough to close it.
I know you're worried about having the mages here. Give them a chance to prove themselves.
I'm not questioning their ability or their intentions, but we cannot ignore the risks. I will not endanger the alliance you've created. We need their help. Any precautions taken will be to ensure the safety of our people and the mages themselves. Nothing more.
Is there anything I should know?
I'm glad to have the charges on our side. Bull's men are professionals, despite evidence to the contrary.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
As there is but one world.
Your enchanter Vivienne lives
one
well.
life, one day. Loyal there is but one.
Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
You're always looking for some way to benefit, aren't you?
It's what I'm here for. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
It was still noble.
Yes.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
Anything I should know?
Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle and resumed his duties as Lord. The people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
I'll leave you to your work.
Slip into our jammies and call the War Council, huh?
Alright guys, I'm gonna take my bra off and put on my slippers. Let's all go to the council.
Got my swim trunks and my flippy floppies.
An explanation of the Tranquil. Although apprentices do not know the nature of the harrowing, all of them understand its consequences. They either pass and become full mages, or they are never seen again. Those who fear to undertake this rite of passage, or those who are deemed too weak to or unstable, they are given the rite of tranquility instead. The actual procedure, like the harrowing, is secret, but the results are just as well known. The rite severs the connection to the Fade. The Tranquil, therefore, do not dream. This removes the greatest danger that threatens a weak or unprepared mage, the potential to attract demons across the Veil. But this is the least of Tranquility's effects, for the absence of dreams brings with it the end of all magical ability, as well as all emotion. The Tranquil, ironically, resembles sleepwalkers, never entirely awake nor asleep. They are still part of our circle, however, and some might say they're the most critical part. They have incredible powers of concentration, for it is simply impossible to distract a tranquil mage, and this makes them capable of becoming craftsmen of such skill that they rival even the adeptness of the dwarves. The Fomari, the branch of the circle devoted to item enchantment, is made up exclusively of tranquil, and it is the source of all the wealth that sustains our towers.